Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live tonight. I'm going to teach tonight very clearly and very simply what you're doing that's all wrong to sell your products and your services. And I'm going to break that down for you over the next couple of minutes. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, business and life coach. I got started my company a long time ago, 17 years ago, Audra. I made the decision to simply go to work as myself. I wanted to figure out how to take my background, my skills, soft skills, motherhood, my professional skills as a corporate trainer. And I wanted to know, like, how could I put these things together and leverage them in my own business? Is it possible? Would it be possible? So I went to a small business resource center and I was told that my idea, mom coaching, okay, there weren't mom coaches really, a lot of them 17 years ago, that it didn't make any sense and that no one would ever pay me to do what I do today. So tonight you're going to love, love, love this. If you are a coach already, a consultant, a trainer, a speaker, and you've been trying to figure out, how do I build this business in a way that's profitable? What is the disconnect? Maybe you already have clients and you haven't reached the heights that you thought you would by now. Or maybe you're that person, you've been doing the work. How many of you guys out there just doing the work and you're not seeing the yield, okay? And or maybe you're working with the wrong people, or maybe you're not working with people who are what I call premium investors. Maybe you're not working with people that invest at all. Or maybe you're that person that you are great at what you do professionally, but what's got you stuck is, how do I take what I'm doing there, right? Because you know how to do work, right? They have a structure for you. But the question is, how do you take what you know how to do and what you're doing professionally, and how do you do this your own way in your own business? How do you build your own structure? Maybe that's it for you, right? If that's you, then I want you to know you are in the right place tonight. I want to give the room some time to fill. I was thinking about this. I'm so excited because I'm always excited, but I'm so excited because on Monday, I kick off my second Giant Experience conference virtually. And we hosted the event back in August. It was an amazing hit. Audrey, you were there. And it was a hit, not because it was a hit for me. It was a hit because I was just talking with one of the clients tonight that attended the event, Erica, and she stated that as a result of coming, a direct result of her coming to the event, she closed $50,000 in a contract. She had a contract that $50,000 more. She had a contract the year before, same contract, for $70,000 as a result of what she learned that I taught her from that experience. That 1 week, she closed $50,000 more. She just told us on the call. We had just gotten a note from one of my clients. I think I posted it in my emails. Camille, same thing. She wrote a book, right? Went from selling her products $20 an hour to $500 an hour to $2,000 packages. And I think it was a $5,000 package. Learned that to do that in a week. So tonight I want to bring you guys up to speed, because if you've been watching me, one of the things that you know for sure is that everything that I tell you, I can back up. All right. And I do think that's one of the things that's missing, right, from this world. Tonight I'm going to teach you on, what are you doing all wrong, right? Like, you're doing all the right things, you're making all the right moves, but it's just not adding up. Like, if you look at the time, the money, the energy, what you've invested in yourself and your ideas, you're like, I should be further along. Anybody ever said that? If that's you, you either give me a thumbs up or you can write, that's me. All right. This is going to be interactive tonight. So last thing I'll tell you about my story is that I went to that small business resource center and I was told that my idea didn't make any sense. And I kept looking, guys. And this is a tip, right? I kept looking for someone to help me because I knew I couldn't do it by myself. And I hired a coach, first thing. And I've worked with the same coach for 17 years, okay? And so I'm not really a coach hopper. I'm a person that I just go deep with the strategy of we're married, okay? And as a result of building an amazing business, from the comfort of my home. I've been able to be the kind of mom that I want to be. That means I wanted to be present. I wanted to own my time. And I wanted to personally be fulfilled. Now, I know we never talk about this when we are growing a business, but the truth of the matter is, like, we're better moms when we like our lives, right? We're better examples to our children when we like our lives, right? So that's what I wanted. Okay. So I don't know what your motivation is for running a company, but that's what I wanted. And as a result of growing this business, I've been able to own my time. My children have watched me build this business. They have gotten to know all of who I am as a woman, as their mom. Okay. My husband and I have had the opportunity to date in the middle of the week, which I love, but you got to be free to do that. And that was something I wanted. And that might not be what everybody wants, but I didn't think that if time freedom is something that appeals to you, you'll love what I'm going to teach you today. I think the other primary result that running this company successfully has taught me is that when your family needs you, ladies, okay, I want you to be able to stand in the gap. I want you to be able to have what I have. My husband developed kidney disease 9, 10 years ago and went on dialysis. And it was a scary time for us. And at that time, I had built a business that could stand in the gap for my family. And because of it, I could be in the right places the way I needed to be. I could hire the right support to even help me support my family. Why is this important? Tonight, we're going to talk about what you're doing all wrong to package and sell. Listen, hang in there. Because I built my business the right way, when my husband needed me the most, I could stand for him. I wasn't codependent on his income or a job. And as a result of that, I didn't have the time or the money or the resources to be there. And the reason that we grow our companies is not for a purse or a bag or, or a bigger house, a car. It is so that the things that matter most, the people that matter most, we can show up for those. So if that's a value you hold dear, then you're in the right place right now. I'm going to break it down, and, there are always blessings to me of running a profitable business is that when you get yourself free, okay, which I know many of the people that follow me want to be free. You want to stay free. Am I right? Right? You don't want to be free this year and wonder if next year, you're going to be free, right? You want a solid model in your business that's predictable, that's sustainable. I get that, right? And many of my clients are full-time entrepreneurs, and they've applied the systems that I teach and that I'm going to share with you tonight. So I'm going to go all in. If you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready, and then I'll jump in. But let me just say this, that I can give you the most amazing advice here. And I know many of you guys have followed me and you've said, this is really good. But one of the things that I'm going to say to you tonight is that you need to, if what I'm saying to you resonates, okay, deeply within you, if this is your truth, when you hear something, you need to take a next step. You need to take an action that can really support you in going deeper in the results that you want. It's great that you're here. I love that you guys are here, that you come and you get value. Hey there, darling, new giant, Sheree, brand new giant. You just signed up to coach with me today. And you'll be at the masterclass, right, on next week. So how cool is that? So you say yes to yourself and then figure it out. Give yourself that tremendous gift because it is a gift. Okay, so if you're ready, I'm ready. I know Sheree's ready. Is anyone else ready? Because I do think you have to be ready to receive a powerful message. So if you're ready, right, I'm ready. All right. So let's just jump in. What are you doing wrong to package your products and your services? Why is the business not working for you, right? Like, have you ever said that? Why am I not further along? Okay. Why am I not as profitable as I want to be? Why is my reach not as great as I wanted to be? Hey there, Missy. I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm glad that you're ready also. All right. Here's the first thing that I want you to keep in mind. This is the first why. Okay. The first thing you've got to understand when you want to build an amazing business, okay, is that likely you are the product and you do not know it. Pause. Listen to me. You are the product, Anitra, and you don't know it. So A lot of the women that come to me, they come to me because they are looking to build a course, or they're looking to sell something to someone. They're looking to make money, right? And they have the wrong focus. One of the things that they don't understand, and likely you don't understand, is that maybe you've been looking outside of yourself in order for you to build that next big thing. And what if I told you that the next big thing that you were meant to launch, the thing that would be the most powerful ever, is the thing that is already inside of you, because you are the product. Now, hang in there. I'm going to give you an example. When I got started in business, okay, people didn't buy what I had because I created a product, a course. That's not true. The truth of the matter was, I had these great mom systems, and I still do. I'm exceptional at helping a woman make room for herself in her life. I'm great at ritualistic self-care. I have amazing rituals, and I have done that from the time my oldest son, who's now 22, when he was 6 months old. I began to put these systems in place. See, they were my systems that advanced my life. And I knew that as a result of them advancing my life, the things that I was doing, that they would be of value to other people. And I learned, hear me, okay, that I was a product. If you understand what I'm saying, I want you to write, I am the product. Or as you understand what I'm saying, I want you to write, I am the product. Because the first thing that is, you're mixing up here, okay, and that you're doing all wrong when you're going to package what you're doing, as a coach, as a consultant, as a trainer, as an online educator, as a speaker, right, is that you're not understanding that the thing you're meant to bring to the table, you have already created results in already in your life. So it's not something you have to go find. It's not something you have to Google search. You don't have to look at what 10 other coaches are doing or what people are doing online to figure out what you are supposed to do. You are already the product. And I think that one of the greatest things that I've been able to support my clients in understanding is that very understanding, key understanding. The reason that, Audra, I'll pick on you because you're here tonight. Audra and I started working together a year ago. We started working together, and then within about 2 weeks, so 3 weeks, Audra was able to close her very first executive coaching deal for over $40,000. So that was within 3 weeks. She didn't have, when I met her, she thought, a product. Okay. She didn't have a model, a structure for the service. So a lot of times, I want you to think about Audra, I want you to think about you. A lot of times we think that if we don't know what it is, it does not exist. But what if I told you that there is a layer of money around you that you can't see because you do not know how to package yourself, your skills, your background, your gifts into a product, right? Or service at a high level to offer others. So the very first thing that you must understand, and that the reason that what you're doing isn't working, is because you think that what you're supposed to offer is outside of yourself. Hey there, CJ. But in reality, that product is already inside you. CJ, I'll pick on you because we just had a coaching call. So CJ is one of my clients. CJ was on a call on Tuesday. So to CJ, if I get this wrong, I want you to say, Mia, you got this wrong, okay? CJ's on a call Tuesday. CJ has an opportunity, right? She has created her own package for her products. When we started working together, which I guess we started working together about 3 months ago or so, I might have that wrong, 3 months or less, something like that. You did not have your book done yet. You did not have a product yet. Is that correct? All right. But as a direct result of learning that she first and foremost is the product, she's been able to take that knowledge quickly and build out her own results-oriented product and service as a high-ticket offering for educators. So this notion that it's going to take you a year or 2 years, or you need to do a business plan in order for you to figure out how to package what you're doing at the highest level, I'm telling you, this is the thing that you're missing. you already have the thing that you're meant to sell. And likely what you actually need to know is how do you take what you know and put it inside of a product. CJ writes, I had nothing. Correct, right? CJ, you got to write your name next to your comments because I can't see you. If you're on Facebook, I don't know your name, okay? So here's the thing. You got to understand that one of the things that is separating you from sales, was separating you from profitability, separating you from your ideal clients is the right product. And that product is something that you have already lived and experienced. If you are getting value, I want you to write, I am getting value. I'm going to break this all the way down and I'm going to take my time. Number 2. Tonight, I'm talking about what are you doing wrong in your packaging and your selling, and why is the business currently not working for you? Okay, thank you. CJ said beautifully. Thank you. Number 2 is that you have followed, this is going to hurt somebody's feelings. I'm sorry in advance, right? You have followed a low ticket model, and now your business is full of the wrong clients. Look, I already know this, all right? So somebody told you incorrectly, just build it and they will come, right? And they may have even told you to build it, they will come, and for you to sell your knowledge, your background, your gift, your product or service, right? To undervalue what you bring to the table. Now I want to tell you this, that the reason that what you're doing isn't working is because you did not fully value the results and transformation that you provided. And as a result, you have attracted people who were never wanting to work with you because, hey there, Kim, I'm so excited. You're coming to the conference. You know, I'm so excited. Okay. I am so excited. You're coming to the conference on Monday and it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to blow your mind. I'm going to over deliver. I promise. You have my word. Okay. I'm excited to see what you create as a result of being there. So you likely followed a model, right? A model that said, you know what, build it, they'll come. Okay. And they did come. And now you have created a business that you do not like. All right. You're like, I never wanted to work with people like this, or I never wanted to sell in this way. And so what's going on? What's going on with that? Well, I can tell you this, that when you have a low ticket model, you attract a client that wants low value. Okay. So if you want to build a premium business, okay, then you have to charge a premium for your services, which also means that you must deliver amazing results for your clients. One of the reasons that many people charge low ticket for things isn't because they are just trying to give you something to be nice. It is because it is a quick sale, because the product was never created to deliver an amazing result and value. Okay. Yes, Tiffany. The product was never meant to deliver amazing result and value to begin with. Okay. So the truth of the matter is, if you build a product that isn't meant to create amazing value and results for the people who are buying from you, number one, will they recommend you? Somebody, yes or no? They will not. Okay. 2, do you ever develop proof to indicate that you know your stuff? No. Because when you just build a course, a basic course, they say create a minimum course, right? It doesn't need to be fancy, right? This is what people teach. All right. But I will tell you, I do not teach my clients this. It is the reason why new clients, when they start to sell, they all sell things that are $2,500 or more. I'm not saying this to be braggadocious or anything like that. I'm saying because it's fact. We've got hundreds of examples of women who have learned how to sell themselves as a product, how to package themselves properly with a premium offer and service, and understand that you have a responsibility when you're offering services to deliver results and values to others. If you want to build a business that's distinguishable, if you want to build a business that allows you to be free and to stay free, then this idea of this low ticket model is the thing that's killing everything for you. You've attracted the wrong people. You've attracted the wrong audience. And as a result of attracting the wrong audience, Okay. You now have built a business that is strangling you. I see amazing people. Maybe this is your scenario where they're surrounded by people, like they'll host an event and the thousands of people in the room, but they're low ticket investors. These people cannot and will not ascend because they never make investments because they don't necessarily want to change their life. There some investors who are premium investors only invest in results. And low ticket investors are not necessarily looking for results. They are looking to check things out, right? See what this is about, right? They're curious. They're not necessarily committed. You want to build what you have to attract people who are committed. And the only way that someone's going to want to work with you, right, that way, is that you decide that creating products that create results is the only thing that you will stand for in your company. So I always tell my clients, I interview every single person that I work with. And I always tell them that if you're building a product and you don't create results, I'm not for you, because at the end of the day, it's all about creating impact by creating results. When we create results with our gifts, right, we become the obvious choice in the marketplace. Competition becomes irrelevant. It doesn't matter to me how many of the people are coaches or people that are following me here. Sometimes coaches will call me up, call out sales line. So they hope that they can hear me or a sales member and hear what we're doing. That is not why people work with me. They don't work with me because of any of those things. They work with me because I deliver results and I can prove it. And the truth of the matter is they will work with you if you do exactly the same. And you need to know how to build your products and services differently. All right. If this is making sense, I want you to write, this is making sense. All right. This is making sense. All right. That's how you guys provide me feedback. Tiffany says, Mia, is the conference appropriate for those in the nonprofit sector? Yes, it is. Actually, one of my clients, Deirdre Spears, and any of you guys that know Deirdre, if I'm misrepresenting, just say you are. Deirdre Spears has a nonprofit. She and I started working together. She helps, they call it $1 million grant writer. She's amazing. She and I started working together. And in a relatively short period of time, like right away, we were able to adjust what she was charging from, I can't even remember what it was. It was it didn't match the result that she was providing. And I supported her in up leveling her prices really about 10 times. And then Deirdre, in a very short period of time, closed like 60 grand in a couple of months of working with me. It might not have been a couple of months. It might have been a couple of weeks. If you go to the event page, I'll post it here. You'll see for yourself Deirdre's testimonial. But yes, but it doesn't matter the business, right? What matters is the method, okay? What matters is the mindset. What matters is the intention, like only building your programs and your products and your services to deliver an amazing result. That is what will make you distinguishable, okay? Number 3. What are you doing all wrong, right? Packaging your products and services. That's what I'm talking about tonight. Kim says, this is making sense to me. Sheree said, this is making sense. Nitra says, making sense. Fighter Girl says, it's making sense. Perfect. Awesome. All right. Number 3. Okay. Maybe you were told that, I know some of you guys were told this. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. You told this. Okay. But maybe you were told that, to beta test or to run a challenge, a free challenge, or to market, everything, but you only have attracted freeloaders, right? Like, so maybe in your marketing, you've been told to do all these free things, right? Maybe you were told to blog all the time, or maybe you were told to podcast all the time, or maybe to do lives all the time, or all of these things, right? And it's driving you crazy. And maybe you were told to do challenges, or, to get people in your coaching program to do a lot of beta testing. And so I'm going to talk about this from a personal perspective. Of course, everything that I share is my perspective based on how I've grown my company. This may or may not work for you. However, what I do, I've transferred my knowledge to my clients and they create amazing results. You don't have to take my word for it. You can just go check out the testimonial page for the virtual giant experience, and you'll see just some of them there, right? I think we easily have like 60 testimonials. They all can't be lying. Like, it's true, okay? So maybe you thought that if you beta tested, if you did things for free, if you did these challenges, somehow the right people were going to come, and they just didn't come. And you can't figure out why, because when you did run that free challenge, you had 50 people, 100 people, a lot of people showed up, and you thought, this is it. This is going to be the turning point in my business. But the challenge is that people who want free are not always investment minded. And so because you did not learn a strategy on how to qualify your audience, you are attracting what I call the freeloaders, right? So who are that? Okay. And you know what I'm saying? With love. Okay. You are attracting the individuals who wanted you to teach them for free. But those, because they're not people who want skin in their own game. And people who don't put skin in their own game also don't implement. So if your dominant intention was to give away what you were doing for free, right, with the intention that you would make an offer and instantly, overnight, people would see what your value was, because that's the idea of the free challenge, and yet you didn't have the sales to prove it, the reason that happened is because you did that, you provided that value with an audience that was not qualified. And when I tell you that growing a successful company, knowing how to qualify the audience, I'm breaking this all the way down tonight. Like, this is from my heart. This is like, I'm glad you guys are up. Knowing how to qualify the audience that's when you're doing business properly. When you do not know how to qualify your audience, and as a result of that, you are working your heart out and you don't have anything to show for it. You don't have clients. You don't have testimonials, right? You don't have proof of concept that what you're doing works. And what has happened is actually it's made you feel bad about what you're doing. Like, you're like, I thought I was going to be really good at this. And now you are having doubt as to whether or not, what you're doing is working, and it will totally work. But the challenge is that you actually need to know how to find buyers. You actually need a formula on how do you qualify your ideal clients, and that you only work with those individuals. So I learned years ago, I only work with giants. And if you've seen any of my lives, if you've seen how to show up like a giant, you know what I mean. Because I realized that to change your life, you have to be giant about it. It can't be optional. Like this notion, like I want to do something and I can't make a decision, is not what giants do. I mean, I work with giants. The women I work with, they say yes and they figure it out. They're action takers, they're implementers, they're go-getters. Typically, most of them say yes within 3 days. They're not people that hem and haw. That is not a giant way of operating in your life. And if you're that person that's operated that way, maybe, just maybe, okay, in your marketing, you're attracting yourself. That's an ouch, okay? But I want you to understand that a lot of times when we are out here marketing, hitting the payments, and we can't figure out why these people are coming to us, most often we are attracting our own beliefs. We're attracting our own fears. I told you I was going to break this down tonight because I want you to get this right. I want you to know what you're doing wrong, why your programs and your packages are not selling. What is the disconnect? I wanted to break that down for you with the hope that as a result of hearing this, that you'll leave this and say, I need to do something differently. Now, doing something differently doesn't mean I need to think about what I'm not doing differently. That's not how I process it. Doing something differently means I need to take a high action that can change my life, right? Like can change what I'm doing, that can change what I know. And this notion of you trying to course correct something that's broken, that you don't know how to fix, like how to get yourself to the finish line, that is likely also what is in the way. But I can tell you for sure that those free challenges, if you're not qualifying your audience, that is a major issue. Every single person that I work with, we qualify. And we create an amazing community because my clients are amazing. I love working with women who are action takers, who are go-getters, who can say yes. They don't need to talk to like 12 people to do it. Okay. Like Sheree made a decision. We talked yesterday. She's like, I want to work with you. Made a decision, paid in full in 24 hours. And those are the kind of people I like to work with, right? People that can say yes and figure it out. Kim, you said yes. I didn't even know you said yes, right? You just said yes and you figured it out. Okay, my kind of client. Okay, number 4. You feel that you've done what you've learned and what you know, right? But it's what you don't know that's the problem. Okay, so the reason that what you're doing is all wrong is because there is a segment of us, right? Okay, all right, okay, I'm just saying that sometimes what we want to do is teach ourselves what we do not know how to do. All right, so if you aren't currently having six-figure years or six-figure months, right? Has seven-figure company, and that is the goal that you have somewhere in there, okay? That and you're trying to coach yourself, teach yourself how to do this with your product or service, right? And you're not successful doing it. If you knew how to do it, you would have already had that result. I hear people all the time that say to me, they'll talk to me and they'll say, okay, so what would you recommend that I do next? And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, now I've helped thousands of women build profitable, successful companies, not even business companies. Okay. Many of them are free. All of my clients sell high ticket things, right? $2,500 or more. On average, my clients sell things that are $10,000 each, right? Per client. So some of my clients sell things that are hundreds of thousands of dollars or more, okay, per client. Depends on if it's corporate client or whatever. Many of my clients get media. And your question to me is tell you what I think you should do. Are you serious? It's called the wrong question. All right. And if you ask the wrong question during the right opportunity, you get the wrong answer. And I'm breaking this all the way down, and it may sound tough to you, but a lot of you are asking the wrong questions. And because you're asking the wrong questions, you are getting the wrong answer. When I wanted to build my business from the comfort of my home, when I wanted to be a coach that could control her time, I didn't say, let me figure it out. My background was in training and development. My background was not in coaching. I did not know how to build a coaching business per se. I didn't know how to do that. So I wasn't asking myself, how could I do that? And many of you need to lean in. I know you're smart. I know you're sharp. I know you're at work. I know that people rely on you because of what you know and your expertise. But part of what is in the way is your ego, all right? Part of what's in the way is your approach. Part of what's in the way is your mindset, believing that you need to tell you what to do, the thing that you've never done before. I'm just breaking this down, okay? And maybe that you feel that you've already done. Like maybe some of you guys have been investors and you've already done what you need to do. Like maybe you've gleaned things off of websites or bought courses, that PDF courses or self-study things and all this. And you feel like you might be that person that says, I've done everything. I mean, I've just done it all. And it's so funny. I always hear that kind of thing from people. And I always think, okay, well, what did you do? And then they start telling me a fragment of what they've done. And what I realized in their world is that they didn't have the accountability to get the clarity around what they weren't doing. See, the thing is, when you want to grow, it's not what you know that matters. Lean in. It's what you don't know. See, it's not what you did that counts, really. It's what you didn't do. All right. And the reason that mentorship is everything, and I mean everything, okay, it is because it is that point. It's the differential to help you clarify the thing that you do not know, the thing that you did not do, the resource that you didn't know was available, the technique, the structure that was not a part of your mindset, a framework that you could drop what you're doing into. And for those of you who've been saying over and over again, I know this, I've done this, the thing that's in the way, the reason that your packages, your services are where they are right now is because you have this belief that you already know it. But I'm just asking you that if you don't have that primary result that you say you wanted to create, okay, what is it costing you to keep saying you're going to figure this out yourself? Yeah, thank you, Kim. Right. What is it costing you, right, to say, I'm going to figure this out myself? You know, what do I mean by that? I work with a lot of people, Kim. And so while you have some people who are trying to figure things out and they're like, Mia, I'm going to try this on my own and then I'll get back to you. And I say fist bump, right? Okay. All right. No problem. Like I'm good with it. Right. And then I'll have someone that gets started like CJ that says, I'm in. Like, I'm going to build my program. Brenda is here. Hey there, darling. How are you? Have you arrived? Have you arrived? Okay, safely. You'll have someone like Brenda, right? That will package their knowledge into a high ticket offering that will begin to build the framework for their business quickly within a couple of months. You have these other people who'll say, I'm going to figure it out by myself. The question is, what is it costing you, right, to not figure it out? Like if I go back to earlier today and I share Audrey's story, I think, well, Audrey closed $48,000 in 3 weeks. Okay. All right. In 3 weeks, right? This is what she did. Okay. Brenda, how long did we work together, Brenda? Maybe like 3 months, something like that, 4 months. I'm not sure. She's built out her own structure to support individuals who are interested um, in working abroad. She works in Afghanistan and working abroad, right? They want to be contractors and they want to learn how to do this. And she created an infrastructure to help anyone be able to transition to do this. Well, this was a dream that she had come up with 3 or 4 months ago. She decided this is what she wanted to do. May, June, July, August, September, okay, October, 5 months. She built out her system to be able to support others with that. What if you were that person, you're going to figure it out yourself? Then you don't get to have your own proprietary system at work for you. All right. You get to be the person with the dream, the thought. Okay. But you don't get to be the person that gets to live the dream. There's a difference. Okay. So Erica writes, Erica, I was just talking about you briefly today, right? And I said to them, Erica and I, we've worked together. How long? We worked together like 2 months. 2 months. She came to one of my events very quickly, was able to close $50,000, right? She mentioned it tonight. So the fact of the matter is, what is it costing you for not taking an action? What does it cost you to not move forward in the direction that you want? So while some people are making it happen, okay, closing deals, creating profitability inside of their companies, you're that person, you're working on figuring out. She says just about, maybe 3. Okay. So 3 months, 3 months. Okay. She closed $50,000. Okay. And that's the first deal because we think there's another one. Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying to you is I don't hype you guys about it. A lot of you guys are here watching me live. I've talked to you about the Giant Experience Conference, which is next week. And the reality is, have you signed up? Okay. And if you haven't, I don't even know why. Okay. But that's okay. Keep listening. Missy writes, I'm not in the coaching or service industry, but I'm loving this conversation you're having with your clients. Yep. You got the call, right? You got the call. That's all right. You got that call and you're going to close that deal. And we know it'll be at least 50,000. I mean, I have a client that Dr. Naisha Richardson, she just started working with me about 3 months ago, closed two $50,000 clients in one day, building a new system that she had never, ever even, she had it in her mind. She's the product, learned how to put it in a framework and a structure, boom, learned how to close it, right? So it doesn't take long. Okay, tonight we're talking about what are you doing wrong in packaging and selling, okay? And I'm breaking it all the way down. Number 5, or we're almost done. You keep investing in that magic pill and you find yourself missing the essential pieces. You know what I'm talking about, the shiny object, right? You're investing in personality. You get caught up in who you're not. So when people start marketing to you and tell you, like, you know what I'm saying, like who hurt you, who harmed you, whatever's going on in the world, that you're like, that's me, but you're not going that way. You need to make investments that are based on the results and transformation you desire. And that's the only reason to make an investment. I tell people all the time when they want to work with us, I say, look, like some people will say, Mia, like, how much is your coaching? It's irrelevant. The first thing we have to do is qualify you. Like, I need to make sure that what I do can support you. Okay. And you need to make sure that you know what you want. But a lot of times we're not used to buying personal investment, business investment in this way. And maybe this has been you. You're that shiny object person. So instead of investing in a full solution for yourself, so full solution means the complete thing that you need. You get this thing over here. You get this other thing over here. I know I'm calling you guys out. You get these things all over the place. And you have found that one thing contradicts the next thing. Maybe, just maybe, you need to invest at a higher level. And maybe, just maybe, you need to invest in a full solution approach, right? Because that's going to change everything. So my clients typically are individuals who want to package their knowledge at a higher level. So I show them, based on my systems, how to package what they're doing into a high ticket offering, both on and offline, building a time rich business, meaning not trading time for dollars, right? Like your job, right? I show them how to price what they're doing as a high ticket offering, how to position themselves in their marketing so that they stand out and their ideal clients come to them, right? Instead of them feeling like they need to run all around. I show them how to find buyers, investors in what they're doing. All right. So maybe, just maybe, you need a system, right? For whatever it is that you want to do, that's a full solution, as opposed to going this place to get a package and going this place to do branding and going over here to get pricing, over here to learn how to sell. Maybe you need a complete solution. And that is the thing that you haven't had. And likely you haven't had it because you haven't had a premium investment mindset. I'm just saying, right? Because when we buy these patches and these Band-Aids, we buy them because they're usually lower than a full solution investment. I'm just being honest with you today. If you're getting value, I want you to write, I'm getting value. Thank you, Missy. I appreciate what you wrote. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. If you're getting value, I want you to write, I'm getting value. Okay. And I will get you ahas and takeaways. I'm just telling you that if you are in that place where you are ready to sell what you have at a higher level, you're ready to do things differently, Denise. Okay. Brenda, I know you're getting value. I'm so glad you've transitioned. And that you're in transition and adjusting to the time zones. I bet it's just a lot there. That magic pill is not going to be it. Okay, it's just not. Sure, you're getting. I know you're getting value. Okay, and then the next thing, number 6, is that you need. Oh, let me drink some water. Definitely getting value. Getting value. Awesome. Number 6, likely you need access to get your questions answered directly. So one of the things that you're likely doing wrong, Rafaela, okay, I love that name. Hope I said it correctly. What you're doing wrong, right, to package and sell what you have, is that you probably need to get your questions answered, and you need access to do that. Okay, so the reality is that, like, I was thinking about it tonight. For example, Erica, I'll use you as an example. So tonight, one of my clients, we were on a coaching call. Tonight, Erica's on a call, and we were breaking down her proprietary structure for something she's working on. And so because she had access, she made an investment to give her access. I was able to then look at what she said she was doing, listen to what she was saying, and we were able to step by step build out her proprietary process, her framework. So that wouldn't have happened had she not made a premium investment in herself to have access for me to look inside her business, right? To support her that way. All right. So maybe one of the things that's getting in the way is that you haven't invested at a level that has given you access. So one of the biggest complaints that I hear from people is that they make investments, they can't get their questions answered, but right, she writes, I got my breakthrough tonight. So excited, right? So sometimes what we want is available to us, but we have not made the investments at a level to give ourselves the access. Access can come many ways. Access can be access to the right materials. It could be the right formulas. It could be the right system, right? Like you actually need to know. Like, one of the things I teach my clients, I don't teach them information. I teach them what I do. Right. So I show them, like, this is what I do. Right. There's nothing for me to show them inside of my business so they see what does she do. Okay. Because then they know how to do the same thing. And that's how I transfer my knowledge. There are no secrets. If I want you to get the same result, how do you get the results without access? Are you investing with someone that's allowing you to come inside really and see what you need to do based on what they do? Because if not, that might be one of the things that's in the way. Or access can look like also that you have an opportunity to directly have mentorship, right? And with someone that's answering your questions. Because sometimes there's that one thing that's in the way. And we all say when it happens, it's like my least favorite word in the whole world. I'm stuck. I'm just stuck. I'm stuck. Maybe you said this before, but you're likely not stuck. It's probably that you're closer to the thing that would be your breakthrough, and you're close. And so when you have that level of access, mentorship, coaching in this way, you can get your questions directly answered like we did on the call tonight. And I'd say that that level of access, intimacy, right, is the thing that really creates breakthrough. So if you don't have intimacy in that way, access also can look like having access to people in your own ambition level above. Now, what are you doing wrong packaging what you're doing? Let me tell you, if you're not in community with people you're on the ambition level and above, that's going to impact what you're selling. Because there's something about being in community with people I call giants who are just like you, right? Your ambition level and above, and you watch them do the impossible. You watch them do the thing that you believe is impossible. When you see them do it and they're your peers, you no longer believe it's impossible. It changes you. And a lot of times we don't have communities. We're not in community with people our own ambition level and above because it requires investment at a high level. And so when we are investing in lower ticket things, you don't get a high level community, which means that the resources in the community, the network in the community, it just does not exist to be able to support you, right? In our community, I would say, and you guys that are clients, you tell me what you think about it, that the women really support each other. There's nothing for the network in and of itself is an incredible group of like-minded, incredible women who really do support one another with elevating, right? Who do share their resources, how they're closing, what they're selling, what their strategy is, how they're pitching, what they're working on. They share their resources. Who's their VA? How are they branding? Who's their legal team? Just things that you want to have access to that can shorten the curve for you. Erica writes, yes, awesome support and motivational, life-changing, absolutely. And it's true. And I think that if you say what's wrong with your packages and selling, if you're not around other people in the community that are moving and shaking, how does it motivate you to move or to shake? Okay. Some of us are in community with people who just don't do the work. They're just whiners, right? They're just people who don't do the work. Okay. Number 7. Okay. And then 8, we're done. You think that building the business is about the hustle. And you got to understand that those models are going to keep you broke and frustrated. Brenda writes, so true. We push each other. We push each other. But that's why we work with giants, right? And CJ writes, very supportive, no competition, complete support. That's right, CJ, because when you made an investment, each of you guys made an investment to be in community with women like that. And those communities don't come because of free. And they don't come like this, okay? Like this kind of live. They come because you make an investment because you know you deserve to be in community with people who are giants like you, okay? And you have an appetite for that. All right, number 7 is you think that building the business is about the hustle. And what you don't know is that those models are broken, okay? And they will keep you frustrated. So there are lots of people who say, look, I'm building my business as a side hustle, and I hope that's not you or you guys listen out here. But have you ever heard a very successful and independently wealthy individual ever talk about building their business as a side hustle? What you got to understand is when you hear broken language, okay? Have you ever heard a very successful sustainably wealthy individual talk about their money as coins, right? I mean, I know it sounds funny. I know it's cute, but sometimes there is the culture of broke, and we don't know why we're attracted to it. And I think that sometimes people haven't lived a life which has allowed them to be free or independently financially secure, right? Or where money is no longer concerned. And as a result, they don't have that mindset. And so they become very attracted to building the business, thinking it needs to be the hustle and grind, that everything's got to be hard. Well, I teach my clients how to build their businesses with ease and grace, right? Like, let's build a model that's time rich, that gives you more freedom, right? Let's do less well. Let's work with less people, provide tons of amazing value, doing what you love to do. Okay, and you got to hustle and grind. This is why this was important to me. I knew that I could stay in corporate America and that I'd do well, right? I was doing well, right? And I knew I'd have a corner office. I'd probably have one of those little glass statues, probably a couple of them. And because I'm an overachiever, right? So I'm sure I would have done well. But I didn't want that. That was a hustle to me. Like, the idea of me getting up every morning, going to work, staying there for 10 hours, then visiting my family in the evening. Are you serious? Like, really? Okay. I didn't want that. That was a hustle. And I knew that when I started my business that I wanted to build a business void of any model that was broken. I wanted to build a business around my life. And this is a radical concept, but it is what I teach. Okay. I said, I am going to build this business around my life because my life is my number one priority, my family, and my health, things like that. I want to just build a business around that. And I've done that. I work about 31 hours a month in the comfort of my home. I have for over a decade. My husband is a full-time entrepreneur. Equally, he works in the comfort of his home. Our kids have never seen mom or dad ever work a job. I'm not saying any of this from an ego perspective. I'm teaching you guys. What I'm saying to you is real. And I have never one day in my life ever said, I'm going to build this business and I'm hustling and I'm grinding, because that was never an intention that I wanted to bring out, introduce my business. I built this business with ease and grace. I said, if God is love, right, then I want to love what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I want to love what I'm doing. I want to love the people I'm working with, right? I want to love the time of day that I work. I enter the office typically around 1:00 every day. The only clients that I'll talk to even before then would be my mastermind clients. They can call me anytime. They have access, right? They invest in that. The outside of that, 1:00 every day. That's when I have my calls. I will take a call at 1:00. Most of my coaching calls are in the evening, my preference at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when I'm on the call, I give it everything I've got. My clients will tell you, I'll give you everything, because this is Super Bowl time for me. See, I built the business around my life. I chose the evenings because when I started my company, one of my kids was nursing, and I would put her down to bed, and then I wanted to be available, like when I could be available to my clients was at 9:00 at night. So that's how I built my business at night, and I'm a night owl. So it worked for me. And I can work on two coasts. I never built my business on the road. I am not a coach that built a speaking business. Do I do speaking? Yeah. I sure do. I did a couple speaking engagements recently. One for the University of Florida, one for a environmental company. And, from my house, half an hour, $4,500. But I didn't build my business as a speaker. I built my business as a coach, a professional coach. And all my clients come to me. And I did not want to have to go on the road to find clients. I'm a master at being able to attract the right clients. And getting them to come to you in a real simple way. If you are a client here, let me ask this question, because sometimes you say things and people don't know if what you're saying is real. Okay. If you're a client of mine, indicate if you met me. Okay. Like, how did you meet me? Did you meet me? Did you come to me? Okay. So Kim is an exception because Kim is a mom that I met at our kids go to school together. Okay. Or went to school together. They just all graduated and they're all in 9th grade right now. Okay. But the rest of you guys, did you come to me? Did you reach out to me? Now, I'm telling you this not for any other reason other than to prove to you, if you've been told that in order to run this business, you need to hustle and grind and go find all these clients and do all of these things, and you got to do podcasts and messengers and inboxes and all, and you got to blog and you got to do a million things, and none of that's working. I want you to understand that strategy is broken. Okay, it's broken. It does not work. Okay. Brenda says she came via a Facebook ad. Okay. Anybody else want to indicate how you found me? Okay, because all of my clients find me. Right. Cherie said, I most certainly reached out. She reached out. She became a client yesterday. Cherie became a client literally yesterday in one of my high ticket programs. Okay. Erica said, yes, I did. I reached out to you for an interview. Absolutely. So this idea that your clients can't find you and you don't know how to get them to find you is the thing that's in the way. You got to understand that there is another way to do things. And that likely if you're doing all these things, you're working really hard and running your company and it's not working, the model is broken. And that's why you're frustrated. CJ says, Facebook, right? So that's how you came to me, right? So this is my favorite water bottle. This is, can you guys see this? My water bottle from Mi Amo. It's one of my favorite spas. You guys need to look it up. Okay, Mi Amo. See, can you see it right here? It's my favorite. I miss Mi Amo, but as soon as this all ends, that's where I'm going. All right, number 8. Eight is number 8. What's the last one? You don't know what you don't know, so you aren't getting your questions answered. So one of the reasons why likely you're where you are is because you don't know what you don't know, right? So you can't get your questions answered, right? So one of the things that I realized in coaching so many clients is sometimes there's a question behind the question. So you might think you need to know one thing, right? But in reality, you need to know something else, right? All the time. Let me try to give you an example. Someone might ask me about a funnel. Mia, do you have a funnel? Yes, I have a funnel, right? And they might say, okay, so is the funnel set up so that I can attract clients, to join my list? And I'll say, yeah, okay. But what they didn't ask is what funnel is better, right? Like, is it better to grow your list with a PDF or with a webinar? Is it better to do it via having people book consultations with you or something else? Sometimes it's the thing you didn't ask. It's the thing you don't know to ask. And that's why access becomes really important, because there are blind spots. And when you are in close proximity in your coaching, when you make an investment around or with someone in that way, they're able to see what you're asking and see what you didn't ask and fill that in. Okay. So maybe the reason that your products and services aren't where they need to be is because you're not yet in a position, right? You haven't made a decision to be an investor this way to get your questions answered. But I can tell you for sure that it makes all the difference, right? It like, literally, it's what sometimes we don't know to ask. And what we don't know to ask is often that little differential that'll make all the difference in how you market, how you sell, how you package, whatever the solution is that you need in this moment to be able to attract your ideal customer. Okay. So that's what I have for you today. I would love to hear your ahas and takeaways. Of course, I'm going to share the opportunity with you guys. This is the last live that I'll do about it tonight. Tomorrow, doors close, right? In terms of me here on this community ever mentioning the Giant Experience conference to you. I've already talked to you guys about it forever. You already know. You've been watching me forever. You guys know I've got like 1 million lives. You know the value I create. You've seen a gazillion testimonials. At this point, you have to make the decision to get off the pot or not. I love you either way. It doesn't matter. The Giant Experience Conference runs next week. It's Monday through Friday of next week. And essentially, many of you know that last year I hosted an incredible conference, live conference in Baltimore, my hometown. And it was a sellout event. And over the course of the 3-day weekend, we videotaped everything. I taught the women how to package their knowledge at the highest level. And I showed them how to position themselves in the marketplace as the obvious choice. I showed them how to price and value their transformation, literally, right? Like brand new, I showed them how to price it. And I showed them the process to set up their sales process and scripting and how to find buyers. It was so incredibly transformational and high level in terms of the content that the women that attended within 3 weeks, not kidding, you'll see their testimonials from their lips, right? They closed over $250,000 within 3 weeks. And now, when you sign up for the Giant Experience Conference, you get access to that 25-hour event. We recorded it. We also hosted it virtually. It was phenomenal. You get access to that entire event. Now, not only do you get to hear my trainings, which is where I'm teaching you step by step on how to package your knowledge at the highest level, and I'm teaching you how to have a mindset that matches the kind of monetization that you desire. Not only do you get that, but you also get an incredible session with one of my mentors who taught me a great deal about marketing on Facebook ads and using LinkedIn. And he breaks down step by step what you need to do, right, in order to bring your ideal clients to you. So I know that this would have tremendous value for many of you who don't know how to scale your marketing, for many of you who do not know how to attract your ideal audience, who know nothing about this level of marketing. Yeah. But I know that they'll support you. Also, one of my clients is coming to teach. She's there. She teaches how to protect your business from cybersecurity hacks. And this is so important for many of you who are running your businesses online or working with VAs or support teams, and you have no protocol to keep your company, your content, your training safe. Your baby, your gift. And the session is it's phenomenal. It's amazing. Also, my IP attorney is there teaching on how to protect your IP, your intellectual property. You build these amazing courses, curriculum, all of these things, but is it protected? And she breaks down what to protect and how to do it step by step. You get over 25 hours of the weekend. And the coolest part is that you get to consume it however you want to, right? Like stop, watch. You can also invest 97 extra bucks to watch it another week. Most people do because it's so amazing. When have you ever been able to have a conference where you not only heard what the topics were, right, from the comfort of your home, but you could stop it, rewind it, relaunch it, rewind it, watch it again. Okay. We made it really easy for you. Monday through Friday, I will be live and on Zoom, and I will be answering any of your questions around packaging what you know at the highest level, positioning yourself, right, in your marketing the right way the first time, overcoming many of the things that I talked about today, knowing how to set up your process to vet and find the right buyer, knowing how to price yourself. You'll leave differently. And I give you an accountability and implementation guide that I have to tell you. And if you guys were at the event like in August or the live event last year, tell them about the guide. Tell them about the implementation book, because I'm not making it up. Like, I mean, the event, my clients told me I should charge between $2,500 to $7,500 after they attended. And I decided that, you know what I want to do, you guys watch me all the time. I want to help you get this set up right. I want you to have what I have, the knowledge that I have. You'll never see the opportunity again after tomorrow. I can tell you that. We will market it, but not to you. And that's okay, right? Like literally. So I posted the link here, and on tomorrow, like I said, this is the last live here about it. You would make a decision if you want to come or not. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am happy to show you the website if anybody wants to see that, but I think it's pretty straightforward in terms of that. Okay, I asked for your ahas or takeaways from tonight. Fighter Girl said my takeaways are knowing what to ask and that I am the product. Kim says, thanks, Mia. Paradigm shifting, lots to marinate on, right? Sure, Ray says, my biggest takeaway is realizing that I am the product. You are the product. And I'm excited for you to get started in the masterclass. And it's great. Each day for the event, we do a watch party. And so it's optional, but a lot of people participate. And we drip a portion of the content that you can watch from the comfort of your home, however you want to. And so people just chime in as a community. And it's pretty amazing. On Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock, the watch party starts every day. And then we break and have dinner, right? Like we break, we have dinner, and then you join me at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9:30 Monday through Friday next week. And I can tell you this, that you're worth it. Figure it out. Get a babysitter. Tell your husband you got to do it. $997. Okay. I don't even have any coaching products for $1,000. Okay. I'm just saying, like, I don't, right? Like, I mean, I don't. Okay. My lowest program is like $9,000. And I decided this is a gift for those that get it. Brenda says, I'm a product. That was your biggest takeaway. You are the product, and your product is amazing. All right. So, so, so amazing. And Erica said that the watch parties are the best. The watch party was amazing. And the level of energy and connection with the women in the community was absolutely incredible. The event is so doable, so digestible, because you can do it at your own pace, right? Like if you decide to just consume the content when you're on a treadmill, when you're walking, when you're doing whatever you're doing, and break it down that way, you can do it that way. You can join us for the watch party. You can do it that way. Just be on the calls 8 to 9:30 next week, all week. And it's going to change your life, right? And I'll be able to answer your questions directly. And it's my honor to do that, as you guys know. It's just what I do. All right. Are there any questions about the event? Are there any questions about this training tonight? Any feedback, anything before we sign off? I want to thank you for your time tonight. You know, I'm a night owl, right? So thank you for being here. You guys could have been anywhere, but you decided to be here. Hey there, Dave. I'm so glad you're here. You could have been anywhere, but you're here. And I appreciate you for being here. And I thank you so much for your time. Check out the event. Sign up by tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock p.m. We will not market this event to you. Again, you have my promise. And if you ever see it, right, you won't see it because I'm marketing to you here, right? I just wanted to make this available to my community during these times and really give you guys a leg up for the upcoming new year on how to package your knowledge at the highest level. I love you. All right. I'll see you soon. I'll demonstrate it through my action. As one of my mentors says. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Right. Okay. Rafaela says, is this for new coaches? For new coaches, for old coaches, for new consultants? In fact, I actually think, Rafaela, that Rafaela, that's your name. I actually think that it's great when you're new because you don't make the mistakes of building something that doesn't work. You know, you build it right the first time, as opposed to building it wrong, which is what happens a lot of times. The people I've worked with built things the wrong way, right? And now they're trying to figure out how to course correct. So it is definitely for you if you are a new coach. And I would say this, I didn't say this earlier, but it is not for you if you don't have a lift. If you don't do the work, it's not for you. If you don't want to hit 6 figures or 7 figures in your business, not for you. If you don't want to sell what you have for $2,500 or more, it's not for you, because everything that I teach is how to package what you're doing at a high level. And that's what my expertise is. Hey there, Mary. Good to see you. That's what my expertise is. Okay. Is teaching people that. So, but definitely new coaches, consultants, trainers, online educators. If you thought about building some low ticket course, you need to be here so you can learn how to sell what you're doing as a product. You're the product, and how to package your knowledge at the highest level. Right, Mary? Right? Mary knows about that. So any final questions, right, before I sign off? I know that there is a Facebook delay, so I don't want to cut anybody off if you do have a question. Any final questions or comments about the event? Any final questions or comments about the event? But I can tell you, it is my life's work. I can tell you that. And I don't know that you would ever invest this kind of, I mean, you know, for those of you that came, did you feel that you got your money's worth? Like, you guys invested $797 in August, right? And the price went up. And I told everybody in my community, I said, look, this is the intro price. You know, I mean, I offered it for $797. I love you guys. It's a gift. And some people said yes, right? And we sold out. And now it's $997. And the one thing that you guys know about me is I keep my promises. And when I tell you you're not going to see it again, you're not going to see this again. You're not going to see it. Okay. I will not mention it. This is it. This is the last live about it that I'm going to do here today. If I go live this weekend, Won't be about that. I can tell you that. All right. So I love you. Okay. Have a great and amazing night. It doesn't look like there are any other questions. I appreciate you. Have a great and amazing day. Bye.